If you've been watching my channel for some time now, you know that my main goal is to uncover those hidden sleep sabotagers that are interfering with your sleep. So if you are a woman over 40, you definitely want to stay tuned to today's video because I am going to discuss a hidden sleep sabotager that I see in this population, including myself, all the time. And that hidden sleep sabotager is called estrogen dominance. Yes, estrogen can throw off our sleep game, but fear not. Understanding what's going on and having a few tricks up your sleeve will help you get that deep, lush sleep that you crave and deserve. So you might be asking yourself, what is estrogen dominance? Well, as you know, estrogen is a vital hormone in women and also men, but in women, it plays a multifaceted role, from regulating our menstrual cycle to supporting bone health. However, when estrogen levels surge or there's a relative progesterone deficiency, which is really common during perimenopause, it can lead to what we call estrogen dominance. This imbalance can stem from various sources, such as our stress levels. Hello, who isn't stressed these days? Our diet, environmental factors, or simply the fact that we're in our 40s. At this age, our progesterone levels begin to dip, leaving our estrogen the alpha hormone. So how does estrogen dominance impact your sleep? Well, first, it impairs neurotransmitter production. Neurotransmitters are chemical messengers that either ramp up brain activity or slow it down. When estrogen increases, unfortunately, those calming neurotransmitters like GABA and serotonin fall, which can lead to some pretty serious anxiety. I like to call it midnight monkey brain when I'm thinking about all of my issues and to-dos and I just can't sleep. And what's worse is that serotonin is actually the precursor to melatonin, the sleepy hormone. So that being said, when estrogen increases, serotonin decreases, melatonin decreases, and so does sleep. Estrogen dominance can also bring on some serious night sweats. Just like low estrogen, high estrogen impacts your body's ability to regulate your temperature. Cue the night sweats. Not only are night sweats uncomfortable, but when our body temperature rises, melatonin falls. The reason is that our body is constantly taking cues from the environment in order to tell time. Our body is really smart. Our body wants to be awake during the day and asleep at night. And one of those cues is temperature. So at night, it makes sense, temperature decreases and so does our body temperature. So that is a cue to our body to produce melatonin. Then during the day, the opposite happens. The external temperature increases and so does our body temperature. This tells our body to suppress melatonin, the sleepy hormone, and produce cortisol, the alert hormone, instead. That said, if your body temperature rises at night, which is really common when you're in perimenopause, your body is going to suppress melatonin and increase cortisol, and that is the last thing we want to happen when we're trying to sleep. As you can see, estrogen dominance and sleep unfortunately do not make good bedfellows. But don't you worry, you don't have to let estrogen dominate your sleep. There is plenty you can do to help your hormones become more harmonious. So without further ado, here are my tips for balancing estrogen levels and enhancing sleep. So number one is to incorporate more cruciferous vegetables in your diets. If you've never heard of cruciferous vegetables, what they are, they're veggies such as broccoli, cauliflower, kale, and Brussels sprouts. And they contain a phytochemical called DIM. And what DIM does is it helps our body to metabolize estrogen. So make sure you stock up on those leafy greens. I would recommend eating at least 1 to 3 servings a day. Tip number 2 is to take good care of your gut. I know I talk about this all the time, but the gut really is the foundation of our mental and physical health as well as our sleep. It also helps us to metabolize our estrogen. So make sure that you're stocking up on foods that support good gut health, such as fermented foods like kimchi, kefir, and kombucha. Tip number 3 is to wear castor oil packs about 3 times a week. Applying castor oil over your abdomen and liver helps to support detox and the breakdown of estrogen. This is something that I do on a weekly basis, and it has been a game changer. This practice has also been valued for centuries as a natural remedy to promote hormonal balance and detoxification. If you don't know where to get started when it comes to castor oil packs, check out the link below for my favorite product from the Queen of Thrones. Tip number 4, this is probably another thing you're sick of me talking about, and that is to manage stress effectively. Like everything that has to do with our health, chronic stress can disrupt hormone balance. That's because when we're stressed, our body goes into fight or flight, and our body will put any function that doesn't have to do with survival on hold, such as hormonal balance. Because why do you need to reproduce if you're going to get eaten by a saber-toothed tiger? Although stress cannot be avoided, it can be mitigated with stress relieving practices such as journaling, deep breathing, or simply just lying down and taking a break. I believe that all of us can use a break these days. And last but not least, tip number 5 is to seek professional guidance and functional testing consulting from a certified functional healthcare professional like me who specializes in hormonal, liver, and gut health and can offer personalized insights through functional lab testing. These tests can be a game changer, and that is because they uncover underlying stressors, deficiencies, and imbalances and allow us to provide you with guided, targeted interventions for better sleep and hormonal balance. All right, to wrap it all up, if you are a female in your 40s and you find yourself suddenly struggling with sleep, I hope you can find comfort in knowing that you are not crazy. It is your estrogen. And I encourage you to start implementing these tips to kickstart your journey to more harmonious hormones, I dare you to say that 10 times fast, and restful sleep. If you're interested in learning more about working one-on-one with me to tame your estrogen and take back control of your sleep, let's talk. You can schedule a free 30-minute discovery call on my website, Kelly Murray Adult Sleep.